The San Antonio Spurs just came off a season where they went 22-60, were bottom 10 in offense and defense, and finished 14th in the Western Conference. However, the Spurs have a much brighter future than people realize, and have the ammo to shape that outlook greatly. They have a player in Victor Wembanyama who somehow surpassed the massive expectations he had heading into his rookie season. They have the 4th pick as well as the 8th pick in the NBA draft via the Toronto Raptors, which they can use to build around Wemby, or they can use those picks in a package to get a playmaker to better set him up. Here's why the Spurs will be one of the better young teams in the league soon, and the steps they can take this offseason to build the foundation of a contender. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like on the video as each like makes a massive difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. Victor Wembanyama was a highly touted prospect out of France due to his ability to practically do everything at his unparalleled size of 7'4" with an 8-foot wingspan. Because of this, he was labeled a unicorn and became one of the most hyped prospects in NBA history, but somehow even smashed all expectations we had for him. From the eye test, Wemby mesmerized the NBA world by doing what we haven't seen from someone of his size. He showed great shot creation ability by sizing up and taking defenders off the dribble like a wing, creating separation or even beating defenders with counter moves to create easy pathways to the rim where he could get off to finishes with this nice touch. He became so comfortable as a self-creator that he was sham-godding defenders for fun while spinning off of them like a 2K demigod, and albeit a small sample size of only 52 attempts, Wemby hit 46% of his step-back threes. This past season, Wemby also ran the floor very well as both a scoring threat and playmaking threat in transition, and was able to put the ball on the floor and operate quickly off the catch, take off from far, or bully people by dipping a shoulder into them, and dunk on the 10-foot rim as if it was a Fisher-Price rim. Wemby also showed off a nice face-up game where he lose defenders with a quick change of pace or spin out of the post to get an easy lay-in, pulled up from 3 in transition without a care in the world, used his size and nimbleness to his advantage as a roller by being able to catch any sort of lob that his teammates provided for him, could catch the ball deep in the post and baptize people easily with this insane extension, and even pulled out his inner T-Mac by throwing the ball out the backboard and getting oohs and ahs from the crowd. Defensively, Wemby was elite at practically doing anything. Because of his insane mobility, size, and IQ, Wemby's able to use his anticipation to be an eraser in the paint, but also a stopper on the perimeter as well. Wemby averaged 3.6 blocks per game this past season, and the next closest player to him in that department was Walker Kessler of the Utah Jazz with a respectable 2.4 blocks a game. He can lock down players who seemingly have a strength advantage over him in the paint, while seemingly not falling for pump fakes. He will swat a shot even when you think you have him beat. He'll take on defensive assignments like Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, Luka Doncic, and Kyrie Irving and prevail, and we've seen him on many occasions even act as a great stopper in transition, as players have been highly discouraged from even attempting shots at the rim when he gets back. He's a great help defender, was a disruptor in passing lanes, and made insane recoveries that you have to see to believe. Victor Wembanyama was so good defensively that he became only the 6th rookie in NBA history to make an all-defensive team as a rookie. In his 2024 campaign, he became the first rookie to finish the season with at least 1,500 points, 250 assists, and 250 block shots, put up the highest points per game as a rookie since Blake Griffin, and posted up a PER of 23.1, which was 15th in the entire NBA, was a higher mark than a rookie Shaq and a rookie Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in their respective rookie seasons. Wemby has definitely solidified himself as one of the best players in the league at just 20 years of age, and with a transcendent player who can evidently make it far in the NBA. However, what Wemby lacked this season was a great playmaker who can set him up and make life that much easier for him. The Jeremy Sohan experiment didn't work out really well because he wasn't a great offensive threat. And the Spurs honestly need to see how they can get a high-level playmaker in this offseason. One way they could do this is via the draft, as they do have the 4th pick, and Nikola Topic is easily the best playmaker of this class. He's a Serbian point guard who played in the Euro League with exceptional size at 6'6", can run an offense, provides rim pressure and is a good finisher, creates mismatches with his size, and can be a great creator who can be a great pick and roll maestro. The jumper is inconsistent, but with all he projects to be as an NBA guard, I actually don't see him falling outside of the top 3. Rather, someone who more than likely will be there at 4 is Kentucky's Rob Dillingham. Dillingham was a spark plug off the bench for the Wildcats in his one-and-done season who showed promise to be a game changer at the NBA level. He's extremely quick with the ball in his hands, with the ability to change speeds and get to the rim at will while also being a creative finisher. He has a nice handle with explosiveness to gain separation or beat defenders off the dribble, and the threat of his ability as both a blur in transition and as an outside shooter off the dribble constantly puts defenses on their toes. At this point, he isn't the perfect prospect as he's not a great defender, is more limited on the size department as a generous 6'2", and does turn the ball over. However, his creation and shot-making ability should be very appealing for the San Antonio Spurs. So, that's the draft route, but the Spurs could look to trade for an elite playmaker for Wemby in either Trae Young or Darius Garland. With the Hawks getting the #1 overall pick, and with the Trae and DeJounte duo not working as expected, the Hawks could look for a total reset as they potentially rebuild. There's no definitive word on whether they will commit to tearing it down this offseason, but if they were to trade Young, what better place to trade him than San Antonio? You'd be trading Trae outside of the conference, as well as potentially getting your picks back from the DeJounte Murray trade, and as for the Spurs, Trae Young remains an elite playmaker that gets a ton of disrespect from NBA fans. Trae Young is still only 25 years of age, will only be 26 at the start of next season, and has averages of 25.5 points and 9.5 assists over his career, with that 9.5 assists being the 4th highest mark in NBA history. There's literally no pass in the book that Trae can't make, as he's one of the most imaginative passers we've ever seen. He's an elite shot creator and pick and roll maestro, and has shined brightest in the biggest moments. He led his team to the conference finals in his first ever playoff appearance while dropping the most points ever in a conference finals debut, hit a half-court game winner in Boston last year's playoffs, and has made every big he's played with that much better. If the Spurs don't want Trae, then Darius Garland is also another great playmaker and creator who, though had a down season, is actually much better than he led off in 2024. He missed a ton of games due to a broken jaw and didn't look the same afterwards, but this is one of the best shooters in the game when he's on one. He has an elite handle, has nice finishing ability and ability as a pick and roll ball handler, and has scored 50 points in an NBA game. Regardless of what the Spurs elect to do, they're on track to be one of the better young teams moving forward. They have an elite player in Wemby, could stay put and select at 4 and 8, could trade for an elite playmaker, and can move forward with a team that can take shape in upcoming years. With that being said, let me know your thoughts on the Spurs' future. What will you do this offseason if you were the San Antonio Spurs? Draft or trade for a contributor right now? Also, where do you rank Wemby among NBA players today? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on the video as each like makes a massive difference. Be sure to comment and also sub to the channel for more content like this. Hope to see you all in the next one and stay tuned.